Hi Eagles, Mr. Prindiville here, coming to you with another episode of Surviving to Thriving. I hope you're doing well, and I hope these videos have been helpful and encouraging to you. But this week I want to share with you something that's a little more personal, something that I struggle with, and that's the idea of control. Control is something that, whether we like it or not, we like. We like the idea that we can do things, make decisions, make changes, and hopefully make things better for ourselves, make ourselves feel better, or be more successful. But as we know, there are things that we can't control, things that we don't see coming, and that can be upsetting or frustrating. And so as we learn about this concept of control, there's a counseling term called the locus of control, which helps us understand this. In one circle, there are the things that we can control, and in another circle, there are the things that we can't control, and they meet somewhere in the middle and cross over. And so there are things you can control and there are things you can't, and there are some things that we're not really sure, and you have to decide for yourself. But as you learn to control the things that are good, as you learn to accept the things you can't control, and as you decide for yourself in the middle, do I really need to control that, and is that really helpful? One thing that helps us understand this better is a counseling concept called reframing. Reframing helps us look at those things we can't control or the things that we're not really sure and decide whether we want to control them, or maybe if it's negative, if it's frustrating, we learn to see it in a positive light. Maybe there are things that we thought were bad that are actually going to turn out for our good. That's called reframing, and that's a really important tool in your survival kit as you work each week to make yourself better. I want to share with you a personal example. I've been trying to grow food for my family in a garden, and right now we're working on the garden, so I've still been trying to start our plants, and I want to show you the results. So we got some green bean plants, some green bean seeds actually, from my son's preschool teacher, and we used all the right controls, kind of like a science experiment. We used soil, we used a pot, we used water, we put the seeds in there in the right order, and here are the results. They're doing great. They're growing, they've started, and I'm really happy with how it's turned out. Everything seemingly was in control. And yet, we tried it another way. I learned this way on Pinterest. That's an egg carton, and we planted the seeds, and we watered it, and we gave it sunshine, and it was doing great. You can see all of the little seedlings sprouted up, and yet, there was a hailstorm that came through, and we didn't plan on that. That was not in our control, and it knocked all of our little seedlings down. That was something that was pretty frustrating. And yet, if I reframe that, what I found out was that there was something bigger going on, something that was not in my plans, but it was in God's plans. You see, I also put some compost in our wheelbarrow to start our bigger garden, and then I've been so busy with teaching that I forgot about it. And so when I came out after that rainstorm, what I discovered was that God had bigger plans than I did, and he started his own garden in my wheelbarrow. You see, apparently there were pumpkin seeds mixed in with my compost, and for the second year in a row, I've become an accidental gardener to a pumpkin patch. These pumpkin seeds aren't just surviving, they are thriving in my wheelbarrow. And so as I have learned to reframe this, I hope that you can learn to look at the things that seem bad in your life, or the things that seem out of control, and maybe find a way to view them in a positive light. Remember that no matter whether you're in control or out of control, we have a God that loves you, that is always in control, and he's with you right now. Eagles, we're in the home stretch. We're almost done. Hang in there. We love you so much. As always, if you need us, please reach out to me or Mrs. Dwyer, to your teachers or your administrators. We're here for you. We can do this, and we are Eagle strong. Have a great week, Eagles. God bless, and God's peace.